Okay, now let's talk about the real fight. Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano 2. The rematch that I was saying leading up to this, here, there, everywhere, that I could have had a microphone. This was going to be the fight of the night. This was going to be a fight of the year contender. This is a classic. This is the one that people are going to care about, watch the most, yada, yada, yada. The care about part wasn't true until after, which was the point. But Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano delivered again and have another controversial decision again. It was a tremendous, tremendous boxing match again, followed up a tremendous one that was under the radar and has fallen under the radar in Mario Barrios and Abel Ramos, which is a great, great fight that ended in a draw. Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano, you knew it leading up to it. If you know these women, pay attention, saw the 2022 Classic at Madison Square Garden, and you just follow the sport closer than a casual level, you just know that if Amanda Serrano is going to be in the fight, she's going to pressure like hell. She's one of the best pressure fighters of all time. Is great at backing you into the corner and just going to work. Is great at just finding different ways to hammer the body, go to the head, has different punch variations and combinations that are going to stagger you and keep you off balance. And, you're going to be backpedaling and all these different things. And you know that if you're fighting Katie Taylor, you have to watch for the speed. You have to watch for the accuracy. You have to watch for the fact that despite not having, super long arms, she can fight from the outside. She can fight from the mid-range area. She can fight on the inside too, and has great footwork and movement and knows how to use the ring. Like it's one of the ultimate boxing matches that you could make in the sport. It's one of the best fights that you can make in the sport, and one of the best sort of rivalries that we've had in boxing over the last few years, undoubtedly. And this fight was great. I thought it was more competitive than a lot of people seem to have thought. But then again, I had people saying that Amanda Serrano got robbed and that they scored it 95-94 for her, to which I would say, if Amanda Serrano got robbed, in your opinion, I don't think you could have a point difference from the judges. I think you have to have thought that Amanda Serrano won 8-7 rounds at least in this fight. To me, it was very close. I think Amanda Serrano probably should have gotten it. I think that you could argue she had a better case to win this fight than the first one. I think more people seem to think she won this fight than the last one. And there were some people who thought, myself included, that she could have gotten the last fight. I scored it 6-4, but rounds were very close. And I didn't think 6-4 for Katie Taylor was crazy, while recognizing that Katie Taylor is somebody who has gotten close decisions in her career. The first fight with Delphine Persoon, the fight against Natasha Jonas, the first fight with Amanda Serrano. Katie Taylor has been sort of touched by the judges here, so to speak, in a way like Canelo Alvarez. Like they've just been on the receiving end of some good decisions in their favor. I'm not saying like there's anything salacious going on there, but stylistically, maybe it's just a style that appeals to judges. You would think that Amanda Serrano's would, of all people, but this is just how it went. And in hearing the scorecards be announced, 95-94 unanimous, I think two things were shocking there. One, the word unanimous. I didn't think this was a fight that was going to produce a unanimous decision. 95-94 was also indicative of the point deduction. If you missed the fight, which I don't think you did, but if you missed the fight, Katie Taylor, actually you might have missed part of the fight because of Netflix's streaming and buffering and lagging and all these different issues, but we can talk about that another time. If you missed it, Katie Taylor had a point deduction for excessive holding, to which I would say was not a great point deduction. Katie Taylor has held a lot in the past. Like look at her second fight with Chantel Cameron, and someone might even argue that she held more in the first fight with Amanda Serrano. I probably would not, but I didn't think the holding, and holding can get annoying, but it's also strategic in the sport. You can't police it in that excessive sort of way. And to me, I don't think it was excessive holding. She was holding, but not in a way where I thought she wasn't trying to fight. She was trying to fight, but she was also trying to buy time in between. I think the point deduction was a little excessive. I didn't think the headbutts were intentional either. When a righty fights a lefty, when an orthodox fights a southpaw, it's something that happens. And Amanda Serrano's been cut before, unfortunately. Headbutts are part of it. I don't think Katie Taylor was deliberately trying to headbutt her. I do think she was leaning with her head a little bit more than she did last time. And I kind of think she got tired very early. Like by round 4, round 5, maybe even. Like she looked tired already. And you heard it at the end because she could barely get words out in the post-fight interview and things of that nature. So the other thing is, when the cards were read, I was sure that she got the decision Amanda Serrano did, 95-94, and that would imply it would have been 5-5, but the point deduction would be the reason that Katie Taylor lost. When it went unanimously the other way, I was stunned, especially in Texas, because Texas judges, like, they've rewarded aggression in the past over counterpunching, so to speak. And Katie Taylor would have won 6 of 10 rounds according to all 3 judges, given that she still won with the point deduction. So without the point deduction, she wins 96-94, all 3 ways, which was surprising to me considering that I thought Amanda Serrano might have done even better in this fight than she did the last time. And she also outlanded Katie Taylor by 107 punches. We know that's not how a fight is scored in totality. You got to do it round by round, but still, that's a lot of volume and was more accurate. 44% to 41% of her punches, but punch stats don't tell the full story. They're also not always entirely accurate. I did feel like Amanda Serrano had a good deal more volume than Katie Taylor in spurts, but Katie Taylor was not getting enough credit from people watching, whether on Twitter or Blue Sky or Instagram or whatever the case may be, or on the broadcast even, for her counterpunching. And she was catching Amanda Serrano really well. This is the danger of Amanda Serrano's style, is that she gets hit, because when you're a pressure fighter, you're not throwing defense entirely out the window, but you're mostly offense. And when you're mostly offense, you take a lot of hits, you take a lot of shots, and those things sort of happen. She was walking into counters, but she was also piecing up Katie Taylor while she was on the ropes. I thought it was a difficult fight to score, but I would have leaned Amanda Serrano there. Just like the first one, I thought it was difficult, and I felt like Amanda Serrano did enough there. But that one, to me, like, I feel like one of these should have been a draw. That would justify like us getting a trilogy. Now, I'm sure the trilogy would do well, but it's like, what does Amanda Serrano have to do to get a decision? Like, have the fight in Puerto Rico? She already had one in New York City, and they didn't give her the decision there. So I'm not really sure. To me, what I would like to see is, personally, the trilogy, if they're all for it, like, they can make money, whatever the case may be, but they're both also getting, up there in their 30s and don't have really much else to prove. Like, they could walk away now and be Hall of Famers, first ballot. So to me, Katie Taylor, if there's a fight I would want for her next, outside of a rematch, we're doing outside of a rematch here, because I would, if they do a rematch, like, sign me up. Don't care where it is. It could be in Mississippi, don't care. Arkansas, I don't give a shit. Put that in Poland, whatever. Those are 3 stupid places to have this fight, admittedly. But I'm just saying, like, wherever it'll be, like, I'm trying to watch that fight. I don't know where you put it now. Maybe Vegas is a spot. I doubt that they would do it in Puerto Rico, because why would Katie Taylor have beaten Amanda Serrano twice and then all of a sudden agree to that? And why would Amanda Serrano not get 2 decisions and then go to England or go to Ireland? That wouldn't make a lot of sense. But if they go their separate ways and decide to fight 2 different fighters, because it seems like they both are going to continue with their Hall of Fame careers. One fight that I thought about for Katie Taylor is Mikaela Mayer. Maybe she moves up to welterweight and gives that a shot. Mikaela Mayer, who at one point was 130 and jumped up to 147, fought Natasha Jonas for a welterweight title, almost won. A lot of people thought she did. Natasha Jonas retained the title. And then you have the fight against Sandy Ryan that Mikaela Mayer, some people didn't think she won that fight, but she gets the decision over Sandy Ryan and has a championship now. I would love to see Katie Taylor and Mikaela Mayer. I think that'd be a big, big fight. Bring that one to New York too. I think that would perform very well here. And for Amanda Serrano, if I could just pick one opponent, Alicia Baumgardner. That's the one for me. Alicia Baumgardner's back after, I guess, a suspension. I don't even know what to call it, but she popped dirty for some PEDs and didn't really get punished for it. And we don't really know what happened there. I don't even know if she did it, but just want clarity on the situation, like actual answers. She kind of just cleared herself and the governing bodies just rolled with it. Like, we're still unclear as to what actually happened there. But assuming that she can test clean, I would love to see her fight Amanda Serrano. This has been kind of rumored in the past, and it seemed like Alicia Baumgardner wanted that fight, and that would be a massive, massive fight. If they do it again, we'll all be there. And if they go their separate ways and fight other challenges, then we just laid out a couple that make a lot of sense. If you have any others, please feel free, leave them in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe. That's all we have. And if you do want to watch a recap and a reaction to Jake Paul's underwhelming win over Mike Tyson, that is here on the channel as well. Take it easy. We will talk again very soon. Thank you for watching.